Aklu riba wa aklu malil yatim. To consume usury and interest.
In Surah Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 282, that whenever there is a future contract between two parties,
sometimes you may have an amount of interest in your account because of the financial system that you might be living in, depending on what environment, what country you are in, and what the laws are, etc. You take that amount and you give it away to the poor Muslims, no problem. But it's not your amount, you don't eat it. You don't eat it. Aklu riba. To eat that is wrong. To consume that is considered min al mubiqat, from among that which is very dangerous for you, sinful. It will cause some downfall of yours in this world and the next. And what is worse, let's not talk about bank accounts only. We talk about people who are wealthy. They give their money to someone and they tell them, I need back with 20% more. You say, but isn't that interest? No, it's a profit. What type of a profit is this? They will call it any name, but it is still interest. Unless they are willing to participate in your business and share the loss, if any, then we are talking business. Otherwise, let's learn from our scholars. And we have many scholars here in Nigeria. Let's learn from our scholars the details. Let's continue to learn, because the financial markets and the laws of economics have changed over time, and they are continuing to change with different types of currencies and so on. We need to be up to date, knowing what's right and wrong from those who have knowledge of that. If you were to ask me certain things, I will tell you, brother, I have not specialized in that field. Let's find a scholar who has specialized in the field, who knows current day markets, who will be able to talk to you as an economist and explain to you logically and properly what Allah allows and what He does not allow. Sometimes you go to a person who doesn't really know about international markets. They will make everything haram for you and it will become impossible to live. And then you might go to someone who's not really bothered about Islamic rules and they will say, brother, just eat. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. We need a balance. We need someone who knows and someone who can teach us and guide us. So it's important to participate in the lessons of this nature that happen not only in this masjid, but I'm sure in many other circles of knowledge.
Assalamu alaikum. Dr.Zakir Naik, my name is Umar Farooq. I was wondering whether buying something on installment is halal in Islam. For example, if I want to buy a car that costs 100,000, I can choose to pay 100% by cash, or I can choose to pay by installment. If I pay by installment, I may end up paying $120,000 or more. So is the $20,000 riba? A similar question is asked by Jamshed Khan from Peshawar, Pakistan. What is your opinion on the basis of the Quran and Sunnah about any car, motorcycle or house that a person sells on installments with greater price, and if you want to buy hand in hand, then its price is less? I am talking about bank. I'm not talking about bank, but any businessman doing this business. He's selling electronic appliances, following the installments with greater price. As far as the question is concerned, whether can a person buy goods, whether it be car, motorcycle, house, etc., in installments, and if the cost is $100 or $100,000, while paying an installment, he may pay installment, monthly installment or quarterly installment for a period of 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, And if he charges extra when he pays installment, is this permissible or is this riba? As far as paying on installments is concerned, there are various hadith which permits in paying installment. There's a hadith mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 3, hadith number 2068. Hazrat Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her. She said that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he bought food from a Jew and said he will pay later, and he kept his shield as a guarantee. That means Prophet Muhammad, he bought food from a Jew and he said he will pay later, and he kept his shield as a guarantee. That means paying later is permitted in Islam. Further is mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 3, hadith number 2168, that Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, she said that Barira came to her and said that she wants to draft a contract of her manumission, saying that she will pay 9 waqiyah, that means 9 gold, so that she will get freed, and she will pay 1 waqiyah, 1 gold coin every year. That means she drafted a contract that for a freedom she will pay the master 9 waqah, that is 9 gold coins, and 1 every year. And the Prophet permitted that. So based on this, there is no doubt that paying in installment is permitted. There is no direct evidence in the Quran or the Sunnah that can you increase your price when you pay in installment. Because of this, there is one group of scholars who says that when you pay in installment, no problem, but if you increase the price in installment, it is riba. And they quote the verse of the Quran of Surah Baqarah, chapter 2, verse number 275, which says that they say that riba is like trade. So tell them trade is permitted, riba is prohibited. So these scholars say that, see, because they're taking extra amount of money after when you're paying installment, it is riba, it is additional, it is haram. From hadith of Bahaki, that the Prophet, peace be upon him, he told the Sahabas that buy the camel for the war. So the Sahabas, they go out and they buy a camel, saying that we will give you 2 camels later. That means they're buying 1 camel and they say we will give you 2 camels later. That means it is permitted. Same, as long as there's a contract and if both the parties agree, the buyer and the seller, if they agree and if it's a contract based on the verse of the Quran of Surah Baqarah, chapter 2, verse number 282, it is permitted. So between these, there's a small group of scholars which say if you pay an installment and you increase the amount, that is riba. But the bigger group and majority of the 4 schools of thought, they say that it is permitted as long as it is written down in contract, it's a fixed amount, and if there's a delay in payment, there should not be an increase in the payment. If these conditions are kept, then buying and selling in installment and giving extra amount is permitted and it is allowed by Islam.